Hi, everyone. We are all subconsciously, unconsciously manifesting all the times. But the day when we receive our first consciously done manifestation, it is a very, very special moment because from this moment onwards, you start a new journey of joy and power. And this has to be celebrated. So today with me is Mr. R.A. and he is my group coaching mentee, and we are celebrating his very first manifestations. So, how are you, Mr. R.A.? Let's hear from you.
I'm good. Thank you so much.
Please tell
I'm
us
doing
about
good.
please tell us about your manifestations. What did you manifest?
So basically, ever since I was enrolled with you on this course, I was wondering, what is the right kind of thing for me to go into, the manifestation part and stuff like this.
Mhm.
And I was not able to figure it out for a couple of weeks, and I was wondering and wondering and wondering. So, then one day while going through the weekly classes and getting continuous reminders from you to, follow a certain path or follow a certain regimen and daily habits and so on and so forth, I I just realized that, why not manifest something which is deeper, which is basically which brings about some change within you, for the positive. So that is when I decided that, the specific thing, the specific manifestation, if whatever we may call it,
Mhm.
it would be to, to vibe high. So
Right.
that became my goal.
Manifestation goal. Okay. So
Yeah,
vibing high
that became my
means, in layman words, it means happiness, to be always happy. Is that what you mean?
yes, to be always and consistently be happy, no matter what the circumstances and no matter what the results, no matter what your situations might be, through the thick and thin, you are happy. That's
That's fabulous.
how it is.
Actually, I think very few people choose to manifest happiness over everything. And I really congratulate you for that, for your choice of what you manifested. So you manifested happiness. So tell me, how was your manifestation experience? You thought that you would be happy like this, that. What did actually happen in the
Yeah,
experience?
initially it was a blind side for me. I didn't know how to go about it and how it will come out about to be in reality. And I just left it open, and I was just kind of pondering over it, and I used to be conscious about it, and I used to think about it, and I used to meditate about it, whatever it is. And one fine day, I just, there was this, I was, as a young kid, I used to write a lot,
Okay.
even while I was growing up and all that. It used to give me a lot of pleasure. So, last few years, that thing had been, I was not able to devote time or find energy or motivation to give that kind of time to the writing, even though it was giving me a lot of, pleasure at that point of time. So suddenly one day, I felt like writing, and I started writing
Okay.
again and again. I wrote a lot for about a couple of days, and I could tap into that kind of pleasure at that point of time. So I kind of rekindled or rediscovered that part of me. And even
Okay.
though it was not expected, because that was not the way I thought it would turn out to be.
Okay.
The whatever my goal was, I was not expecting it to come in that form. So yeah. So one
So,
fine day I
okay.
was writing again, yeah, and it gave me a lot of pleasure and a lot of center,
Okay,
so to
okay. So,
say.
you told me like you thought you would become happy by partying a lot or probably traveling a lot, but you didn't think that this would be discovered. And this is where your true happiness lies. Is
Yeah,
that so?
absolutely. Yeah, this is how, this is the, like, you hit the nail on the head. So I discovered something which actually very deeply made me happy.
Yes,
Something which has got nothing to do with outside circumstances. So
that's
one
true.
fine day you're not feeling up to it, you start riding, and it immediately takes you out of um,
Yeah. So
that
actually, you could discover your true self and how you can be truly happy by doing what. And your mind was probably thinking, I would become happy by doing this, that. But that is exactly how manifestations are awarded, because universe knows how you would be given this emotion. So you were seeking the emotion of high life state, which you got. So
yeah, and it was
that's
very palpable. It was very palpable because once it happened, I also realized that yes, concurrently I got that kind of feeling also. Okay, this is the way it should be. This is how
Mhm.
it was supposed to be. This is how it was supposed to come to me.
All
So
right.
both the
Okay.
things happened concurrently.
So, my next question to you is that now you know that you consciously manifested this because we worked on it and we got it. So, how confident do you feel now that about manifesting other things in life?
Yeah, I feel very confident. I feel very confident. One and two, I feel very confident not only in my abilities to do it. I also feel very confident on the path, on the ways, the means which have been given by you and which we constantly discuss in the classes.
Okay.
And so I'm more confident about the path.
All right. So,
You know,
tell me about your spiritual beliefs. As I know you, but you talk about it yourself.
uh, 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 Beliefs as in I
You,
didn't get
what is
this one.
your what is it that you use to work on your spiritual muscle?
I think meditate is something I
Yes,
used to,
yes.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's
So that is,
fabulous, actually, because you meditate, and I always recommend some kind of spiritual connection which is needed for manifestations, because you know that bliss from the universe, that connection is very much needed, and that's what is there, like which is there in my group classes. I don't know what other people are propagating in law of attraction and all, but I highly recommend this. So I know you meditate, and according to me and according to a lot of scriptures, that is the best way to connect, is to meditate. So tell me something, like before you join my classes, how was your mental state, and what is the difference that you feel now you have in you, and how did the classes help you?
mental state more or less was pretty fine, but I was looking for some answers. You are on a certain point of life and journey of life. You're looking for certain answers. You're looking for certain resolutions. You're getting stuck at certain points again and again. So that ways, I'm pretty sorted.
All right,
Ever
that's
since I
okay.
was, yeah. And there are a lot of pointers which come from your side and during the classes and otherwise also, which specifically and very uh, pinpointedly they kind of, you know, they kind of help me out
All right,
in
that's
those.
lovely. So
Yeah.
any advice you would like to give to someone who's just joined my classes? Any advice that you would like to
I,
give?
the only advice I can give is that, you should, if you're keen enough to 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 understand yourself, one, and if you're keen enough to achieve whatever state of mind, I would rather, like pin it down to, if you know what you want and you know where you're moving,
Mhm.
which direction you want to move in. So these classes and these whatever content you prepared is of a great help.
So
And
one has to
you
be
being
clear in the mind that what is it that they want,
exactly, so
and yeah.
understanding it for yourself is the key. And you
Yes.
may not understand, different people are at a different states of life at certain point of time. So the more clear you are about yourself
Mhm.
and as to what is it exactly you're looking for.
That's great. So another thing that I wanted to ask you or touch upon that topic was that uh, of karmic farming. Like you came to my classes and we constantly talk about it. So how do you feel that being good is rewarded by universe? And tell us about the good things that you do, like for others. Uh, like small charity or something that you do in your life.
I wouldn't like to talk about it much,
All right.
but
Okay.
yeah, so there are a lot of people who do things,
Yeah.
but it is sad that the less you talk about it, the better it is.
Yeah, but you do, right?
So, but I do, yes, of course.
All right.
And the kind of the concept you reframe the concept of comic action
Farming.
into
Yeah.
comic farming and all that. That sounds pretty interesting and pretty like
What?
deep to
Yeah,
me.
it's deep.
And
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so that's how it is. Like for the people who are not doing it, it's a good way of looking at things,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
refreshing way of looking at things.
That's right. That's right. It has to be done with more meaning and more depth and more intention. That is what, like, I'm trying to convey. And so, what is the message that you want to give to the world?
Message, I
What
think
should be your message?
there's no message as such, to each his own, that
All
is the
right.
message. To
So,
each his
okay.
own. There are certain points of life you need a certain guidance. See, there are points you don't need guidance. You just need to wander and you need to rediscover yourself and be lost.
All
So,
right.
there are different states of being one goes through.
Yeah.
So,
I think
all's well that ends well.
your the way your persona is, the unique message that you have is that being true to yourself, right? Like, and the thing is that you figure out your happiness first before you go for anything. That's what I can see through you. And that's like a very, very solid thing to do, isn't it?
Yes, of course. See, basically, what I felt when we began your course, the group and the classes, weekly classes. So there's one thing which has stuck me is that whatever we want to manifest, it has to have a certain effect on us. Let's say we want something, getting that thing will get some state of being in us. So
That's
that is a
very
state of
true.
being,
Yeah.
yeah. So that is a state of being which you can target directly
Yes.
without targeting a certain thing which you want to achieve. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes, of
As
course.
in I read somewhere that you can be a tree which already has all the seeds and the flowers.
That's true.
So
That's true.
you don't have to manifest those flowers and seeds. You already have it. So
That's
it is
right.
just I feel a lot of process which is being which you are teaching right now. Everyone interprets it in his or her different way.
That's
So
true. Yeah.
my interpretation is as whatever, if something can change your state of being,
Hmm.
you know
Yeah.
that is the key.
Yeah.
Even without achieving something, if you can um, change the
Change
state of
yourself.
being.
So
uh,
it's not about the things that we manifest, it's about who we become in the process. That is what
exactly,
is of prime importance. So
right.
that is what matters.
That is the
So
end game,
yes,
the
that
end
is the
goal,
end. Yes, yes,
end goal
exactly.
in the end game.
That's right. So the other question I have from you is, what do you want to manifest next? You have any thoughts of that? We have to,
I
for the sake of our growth.
I would believe that this is just only started. I want to maintain this high vibe thing on a consistent basis, which is
Yes.
a very big goal in itself. So if you are on like you're on a certain vibe, certain wavelength, 4 hours a day. I would want it to be about, 20 hours a
That's
day, and
what we are going
so
to
on
keep
and
you
so forth.
in. And I clearly see that this is called to be in a manifestation zone, which I see that you are in. And I look forward for you to manifest many more things. And of course, those things are there, they're going to be there. But in the process, who you would become is what I look forward to.
Yeah, I look forward to it too.
So thank you so much. And there is one more thing, a small thing that we do for anyone who manifests is that we try to recognize them. Just a small gesture from my side that I have now recognized you as a manifester. Just a sec. Yeah.
Certified.
Yeah. This is what we do. I hope you can see it. So I'll just send it to you. This is from my side that you are now a manifester. You have experienced your first manifestations, and it is a very, very what you can huge milestone, because this changes the attitude of a mindset towards life. So many
Yeah, thank you
congratulations to
so much.
you, and
Thanks a
wishing
lot.
you many more to come.
Thank you so much. Same to you.
All right, then. We
All right.
close this
Thank
interview.
you.
Thank you so much for speaking to me
Sure.
today.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.